And hello guys, and welcome to the Java tutorial number 2, where today we'll be working with data types, variables, and comments. So, right now, to begin this, let's open a new Java project. So file, new Java project. That's called variable and data types. And so we have our new folder, and oh, that's not supposed to be there again. I don't know why that keeps happening. That shouldn't be made yet. So, when you're in here, you can click this green button or right-click New Class, and we'll name it Variables underscore Data. And we'll get this pre-made class. So we need to type the main function, public static void main string args brackets squiggly brackets. Okay, now we set up our program. Now, right now we're gonna go and start using the variables right now. So just copy what I do and I'll explain it right after you copy it. And oranges equals 5. Oh yeah, now we also have to use comments now. So I'm gonna be using comments, I'll also explain about them. So then type two backslashes makes it a comment. Apples, then we're going to do int apples equals 3. So you might notice that in this one we have 2 lines. In this one we have just 1 line. And so these get the same thing done. So I'll start at the beginning. So this makes an integer, an integer, and we name it oranges. We assign it the name oranges. And then the line below it, we assign oranges a value. So we made oranges, and then we assign oranges a value, and that value is 5. And then we made the variable apples. And so apples, we made it, and we assigned it all at once. And it's more efficient to do it that way, but other people, it's a preference, or sometimes you need to do it one way than the other. So I'm showing you both ways here. And then I'll make a new comment and it's called total, or we put total. And then we say int fruit total equals apples plus oranges. So this is basically saying that the integer fruit total is assigned the value of oranges of apples plus the value of oranges, which is 8. So if I ran this program right now, I'd get nothing because we need to type in. We need to give the output variable. So if you remember from the last tutorial, we're gonna type in, except no quotation marks, we're gonna type in fruit total. So whenever you want to print and semicolon, whenever you want to print out a variable, no quotation marks. So then Java knows that it's a variable or it's an integer. So we get 8. That's what we expected, right? So yeah. So then that's that part. And just so you know about comments are for the programmer, not for Java computers or anything. And it's so to help the programmer out. We use it as, so the computer, when it's going through the code, it skips comments. Comments are not important to it at all. It's for the programmer. It helps us keep us organized, so if other programmers need to come in and look at our code and change it, they know what's going on, like every step of the way. So it's an organizational tool. I won't be using it anymore after this because it's just going to take a longer time, and it's not necessary for the short, simple programs we'll be writing so far. Maybe if we get more advanced, a lot more advanced, then I'll start using comments again, but it's not really necessary. So right now we have the value of oranges being adding oranges and apples into fruit total, then printing out fruit total. But now you can change the value of apples. So you're going to type in apples. If you're changing an already pre-made variable, do not type int again. So we're going to type apples equals 1. And then we can make fruit total. Oh, actually no, I'll show you something cool. If we want to change apple, we can use this plus equal 5 and semicolon because it's a statement. So this is basically we could either do it apples equals apples plus 5. This would give apples the value of itself plus 5. So that would make apples 8 right now. Or we can have a more efficient way of just typing in plus equal 5, which is basically saying apples equals itself plus 5. And then we can use the subtraction sign, a multiplication sign with the asterisk, and a backslash for division. So yeah, we can do that with all variables. And then yeah, I'm just gonna erase this part. Then we can make, so yeah, just delete all this. We don't need that anymore. And so once you have all that deleted, you're back to just your regular main method. Inside your main method, type in string. Wait, is it lowercase? String hello world is equal to hello world. And strings are always going to be in quotation marks. And I believe that is a capital S. Yeah, it's capital S for string, but not a capital I for int. Then we can do system.out.println, and we can type out hello world. And remember, no quotation marks. Run it, and it prints out hello world. Whoop-de-doo. And then we can add 2 different arguments into this println method. We can have saying hello world equals plus that, and then so we can use the plus operator for strings, adding strings together. So now when we run it, it'll say hello world equals hello world. Whatever hello world equals is saying this. And then you can erase that again. And then I'm going to show you another type of variable called a float, which allows us to have integers. Float 5 equals 5, and then float, oh actually no, I'll use a better example. Float 5.5, 5 equals 5.5, then int 5 equals 5.5, and remember to end those with semicolons. Oh, and I'm getting an error here. Yeah, so you can add a cast to that. So, oh yeah, you can't have the same variable being the same name, so I'll make it 5 and 5 half. 5 and a half. And so then you'll see how, wait, actually, it'll equal 10 divided by 3, and I'll just name this x, and this will be y, and then this will equal also 10 divided by 3, and we'll print out both of them, out.println, and we're going to type in x plus space plus y, and semicolon, and we're going to see what we get. 3.0 and 3. So the float is capable of having an integer and a rounded, a decimal and a rounded. the int, this is a whole number and you can't make it. And then we can also have a double. Double is another variable type. We'll assign it z, and it'll also equal 10 divided by 3. Let's see what we get here. Oh, I forgot to, we need to print it too. So let's print it. Oh, well, it should be displaying 3.3333333 on and on again, but it's not. But see, it's capable of holding a decimal place. So we could say 6 minus 0.5. You can assign it there, and it'll say 5.5. Whereas if we did this same thing to this, 6 minus 0.5, it'll give you a syntax error. So, yeah, that's about it for this tutorial. We learned about ints, integers, strings, floats, and double values. So, that's all for this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.